Students, you are disappointing me. After your leader is okay. Leadership be Dumela. Leadership be Dumela. Let's say it. Leadership be Dumela. Well represented. You know, when you go and engage with students, this is what you expect. They shake you out of your comfort zone. They make
the center is closed. We can't even tell you when we're going to go there to work. You know why? Because we did not maintain it. The transformers are burning. The toilets are not working. It's all black people. There are no white people there. It's all black people who are leadership. It's me, your speaker, your mayor, and all the MMCs and all the councillors. We can't even fix our own toilets. You can't even make tea in the kitchen where we work. How are we going to ensure that you have offices tomorrow, that you can proudly go and work in the council? We are not thinking about the next generation. We are thinking about us and us alone. Which tender must I get? Where are the resources? Those are the kind of leaders that we have. And our only hope is in you. That the values that you will get will not be the values of self-serving. Will be broader than maybe what we have been exposed to. And that than to destroy. And as I draw to close, this is my appeal to the teachers, to the lecturers, to the educators. There's a saying that I'm going to quote, but I'll paraphrase because I can't remember who said it. They are saying, train your sailors, and you can replace sailors with any. Train your sailors not only to be a sailor, but how to be a man, how to be a woman, how to be a father, how to be a mother, how to be a friend, and how to be a neighbor. Shape their character, mold them to be answerable, make them responsible, make them to help each other, make them to hold each other accountable, make them to wear their values with pride and also with humility. I thank you. Orange Farm, beautiful roads. We don't have the right people to maintain them. The problem with the city of Johannesburg, it's not the infrastructure. We inherited beautiful infrastructure even from our apartheid government. But in that inheritance, in that transition, we failed to build world-class African citizens. If I tell you, no one is afraid to go to Soweto. We are not afraid to go to Soweto. We can drive, the streets are beautiful, we can get there. We're not afraid of also informal settlements and the houses there, etc. But you know what we're afraid of? Of you. Of you. Because we don't know if we're going to come back alive, if we will not be raped, if you are not going to rob us of all our belongings, you will not take our cell phones. The investors that want to come and build factories and create jobs for you, they love South Africa, but they are afraid of the people of South Africa. Because the people of South Africa, they wee-wee where they want to wee-wee. They don't mind to eat KFC and throw it here and expect the government to come and pick up from them. When you get angry, you are going to burn their shops. When you get frustrated, you are going to loot the very factories that they are going to build for you. The world loves to come and invest in South Africa. That's why you find them in Sandton. All the companies are in Sandton. You know why? Because the people of Sandton, the white people in Sandton, they conduct themselves differently from me and you. Singapore, you must read the story of Singapore. When Singapore started, about 70, part of what we're going to talk about today is civic education, is how do we navigate these international challenges that add to our pressure. You guys also face your own pressures. You've got foreign nationals in your communities, isn't it? Just recently we had to go to Soweto to talk to some of the communities there that were having an uprising when the kids who allegedly ate biscuits from a foreign national spaza shop passed away. And we sincerely send our condolences again to the family, may their souls rest in peace. And the community was up in arms against the foreign nationals. Those are some of the things that we need to talk about and say, how do we navigate them together, us and you, as residents of the city of Johannesburg? When these unfortunate incidences that happen, that remind us of how divided we are, that remind us of how individualistic we are as a community, how angry and frustrated we are, because that we are not getting doors that faces unemployment, family issues, whatever it is that we're facing. Whenever something happens that calls on us to dig into our values, suddenly our behavior reflects what we have inside of us. And this civic education, one of the key things that we can achieve is to instill some certain values inside of you, so that when you hit a particular situation, those are the values that must arise and guide you on how do you respond to the world, to your family, to your community. How do you respond to the opportunities that are facing you? The questions that I was asking you as I was starting, I was teasing your mind, because it tells me how you are responding to the opportunities of the world. If you understand where the world is going, and what are the values that are guiding you to respond educationally, academically, which subjects you should be taking, what you should be aware of, how you should be tuning your head and your mind in order to respond to the opportunities that are coming your way. And all of this forms part of civic education. As a Speaker of Johannesburg, we've started this program in response to one call that is a core or a umbrella or a basket for all the issues that we're facing. And we called it Building World-Class African Citizens.
We educate, we inform people about what is coming. Then there's a difference between the IC and the political parties. Political parties are the ones that they are canvassing for your vote. So they will promise you the world. They will tell you everything that you want to hear so that you can vote for them. As IC, we don't need your vote. We want you to be educated how to participate in the election so that you can make the right choice. After all this manifest political parties, they will go out and campaign and tell you things, call rallies and stadiums and give you t-shirts, free food and stuff. Once you decide that now this is the part I want to vote, you have to start first as IC, we need to make sure that you are fully equipped, you are registered, you know where to vote, you are ready for you to make that decision. So that's what we do. We do work with political parties because we need to make sure that their people, they are registered. They are appearing on the voters' roll. As to who they're going to vote at the end of the day, we don't enter. And we don't, also very important, we don't promise people anything. Yes, it's us that come first before the political party to make sure that we are preparing you to be registered in order to vote. When the political party started their manifesto, as I see, you already passed through, but we did not promise you anything. Then they will come and promise you. And they will confuse you. There's a lot of them. Now there's even independent candidates. So, but it's very important that what they say here earlier, you must number one have a purpose. If you know what you want, you want to just be waved by the air and go this side, and come a red one and go this side, come a yellow t-shirt to taking, come a blue t-shirt to taking it. And when it comes to vote next year, we'll be having 11 t-shirts in front of you. You'll be confused which one to choose. Which one must I vote for? So be the man, ube indoda, ube umama enough. Mina, I'm standing for this. This is what I believe in. I want to do this because of 1 in 23. So take the information that you get today and listen to these political parties' manifest. Understand them and see who's going to be their leader. Should that political party win in parliament, who's going to be the leader? And are you in line with that particular candidate, his manifesto or his wishes or what you want to do in this country? It's very important. And you can only do that if what you are using your smartphone in terms of the TikTok and Facebook, you also read and check, go to the profile of those candidates, check them, check their background, where they're coming from, what have they done, and what you think they can do for you. Then you'll be able then to make a right decision. Lastly, just to answer the question, how will the independent candidates not be outstated in parliament? Remember, in parliament we've got 4, and this is the kind of information that should be covered if this is an ongoing thing, because people, they don't know even how many seats in parliament. So we've got 200 seats in parliament. They are divided into 2. 200 seats, they belong to political parties only, and there's another 200 seats they belong to a political party and independent candidates. So that's how they are divided. How will then the voting will determine if the independent candidate is going to have a seat in parliament? There is something called a quota. They take a previous election results, they divide by the number of votes that you will have received on that year, and then it will say, in order for a political party in these 200 seats they're contesting, in order for a political party or independent party to get a seat in parliament, it must have 1 seat in parliament, it must have 40,000 votes, for example. If you've got 80,000 votes, this means we're not going to get 2. So there'll be a list of all the political party and independent party. Then they'll look at the number of votes that they got, and they say, 1 seat is equal to 25,000 votes. Then they'll start allocating. If we've got 400 seats, and there's still some seats left, then they go to a second round again, and look who's got the highest remainder of votes, and they start allocating. You might find the political party has got how many? It's got 7 seats, and another political party's got 4 seats. But an independent party can only have how many seats? Independent candidate can have only how many seats? 1. Because why? Because there's only 1 person. But a political party can have more seats. But independent, once you got 1 seat, regardless that you've got 2 million votes, we have allocated the seats to Mr. Ndlovu. He's got a seat. He can't get another seat because who's going to attend to that seat? No one. So independent, once you got 1 seat, then you are covered. But political parties, they can get more than 1. So there is a system in place, and IC will manage that system fairly. And to say we run free and fair election. I hope I covered the question. Thank you.
Now, there goes my dream of independent. If it's just gonna.
There is a saying that says, Life is a stage. I'm going to sit down. Life is a stage, and unfortunately, there is no rehearsal for life. Like I came here today, I was not supposed to speak, but at least I'm managing to say, but because there is no rehearsal for life. So, life is a stage. Perform, give it your best. Like this young lady here, you gave it your best, Makhubele. You gave it your best. Give it your best. Strategically position yourself. No, this is what I want to do. Don't just study. Be innovative. Trade Facebook, social media, post that in Topera. There is a person in cryptocurrencies, that digital economy that Madam Speaker was talking about. But most of us, we don't know. Bitcoins, there are these things. From that post up behind. The post up on the guy. But that is not going to help you. My challenge to you, young person, today is that when you come out of here, get involved with the knowledge, because knowledge is true. Be informed. Number 3, don't just take this information and go and think, hey, I don't look at your today. And stuff. Go and implement that you found you got in this place today, and be a citizen that we are building today for our nation. Thank you so much.
One of when you relocate also belongs, but just take our check and I'll indicate at the end if there's anything that has not been responded to.
Director. Thank you to the audience for the wonderful questions. Gym, but you cannot close the gym because the account is in areas, it's a line. Everybody's got a choice. If you choose to close the gym, you have a right to close the gym. Do me a favor, write an email to them, find out their email address. Email can I also get a certain amount and a cancellation fee? So before time, but impose a cancellation. So ECP cannot pay for the gym for 2 years, but they have the right to impose a cancellation fee on you. So everything, you don't get cellular, money canceller, anything any canceller, everything you have to do it in writing. I don't condone it doesn't deals over the phone, because usually when you lodge those different complaints to our office, our recordings are nowhere to be found. Even if you couldn't someone phone, get the ref number, we land to say, as per our engagement, this is what we have agreed upon. If still, then you've got the right to lodge a complaint in our office. Pamphlets so that you can get the number. And for everyone else, now, Anama insurances, but Abanjeli and Nanan Fundi. I need to go and about initial inside of the back. We are initial to find a full stop. But you did not even read what you're signing for. But one of your rights says, if you want them to change the language agreements, but you never change, and you're not being fussy, but you have to make sure you know exactly what you're signing for. It means if we find that song, but you never change. And if you credit life insurance, mostly it says we need to find employment, but it depends. The credit life, they will sign in the OTE. And be very careful as well, because some people will call you and say, be collecting on behalf of. You have to verify firstly those people that are collecting on behalf of. Because sometimes you guys are paying the wrong people. Question two, the price that you see is the price that you get. It means if you get to the store, if one of my pampas is selling at 199, mangwatata la pakeshafina pale 199, lo sisimaga scanner at 250, bazomnika 199 because we advertise it 199. And the law says, CPA says, if one of my price are displayed, there's a 250, there's a 199, when they'll have to give it to you at the lowest price. But it's clear in Consumer Protection Act, the price that you see is the price that you get. For question number 3, Angisho ngokuthi ku-wrong ukuvula i-account. I-conduct engingayithandile ukuthi nivula ama-account ningawabhadali. Remember, all our names are on the credit bureau. Umuntu oku-credit bureau akusiyena umuntu oblacklistiwe kuphela. It's everybody who has an account in South Africa. There are people who are positively listed. Uyabhadala imali abayifunayo on time. You are there, you're positively listed, and it's going to be or negatively listed. We not blacklist you, that don't exist anymore. We say you negatively listed. Now, when abantu abangcolayo babiza ama slow payer, kunomuntu ohlala lapha bakulisa for a year, kunomuntu obizwa nge-defaulter, it's 2 years, kunomuntu one-judgment egameni lakho. So inkinga yami lokuthi nivula ama-account ningawabhadali, that one will affect your credit report, and chances are more of umsebenzi emabhange or dealing with finances, that's when you're going to be affected. I hope it's clear. On number 5, if uskemiwe, first point yakho SAPS, your case. But if you know these people, about the construction, whatever, whether they're Wakela and it's a company, then the complaint will come to us. Just find out and I hope these people are registered, and I hope you've got documents. Deals, don't do deals verbally. And every item or deal that you're getting, make sure that everything put a contract, because now it seems as if I don't know who to make a contract, but if you have a contract, you've got the complaint will come to us. Alternatively, you can still fully case a complaint as well in our office. For question number 6, yes, then joining the lodging, no matter we are relocator, but same applies. If we are relocator, find out what is the cancellation fee is. Abana right will charge you 2 years, but they'll have to impose a cancellation fee on you. Then we'll move on.
My question is directed to Ms. Pumbla. My question is, what if you actually join a gym and then it happens maybe you lose your job or your side hustle then crumbles after joining the gym? Then what happens if the gym calls you and then they tell you that you have arrears, you cannot close your account? What happens in such situations?
Thank you very much. There was a hand.
Good afternoon. I'm from Gauteng. My question is to IEC. For example, let's say I'm registered to vote and then I will vote. What happened to my vote? Because in Sako, it was the same my vote goes to the vote.
We didn't get the last part, just keep the mic to yourself.
Oh, which part? The last one.
Oh, no, please repeat your question.
My question is that, let's say in Sako, let's say you are registered to vote, but actually you don't vote. Then in Sako, there was this saying, if you don't vote, actually your vote goes to the party. Is that true or not?
Okay, we got it. Thank you very much. You got it, Nick? Okay. Did you hear him? Okay, that's a very interesting one. Okay, the next 2 rows. Don't be shy. Covered, or you will be provoked. Okay, I'm taking the first round, so maybe you'll be provoked to ask. Yes. My co-program directors come with me to the next 2 rows. Okay, we'll take you, sir.
Ma'am,
please stand, give us your name. We want you for the camera. Yes.
Ma'am, the question was for the AI consumer, ma'am. If like a product under a certain price, like a certain price I go cash up, then you have a price when we go in. We are trading and ma'am, the national youth fund. I just wanted to know if are you guys similar to the NSFAS, or is it 2 different things?
Thank you. There's a hand over there.
I'm from Rakapur. And my question, I'm not sure.
Phakamise mic but. Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm so confused to ban this address about accounts. So my question is directed to that person. So I don't really like accounts now. I like paying cash, saving, then whatever I want to buy, I'll buy cash. So I heard from my sister, Auntie, it's wrong because in future if I want to buy like a car or a house, it will be bad because they like if I have accounts they will like register with how do I pay and stuff. Is that true?
We know the question. This side right. Okay. We move.
Ngicela ukubuza ngakubona ngathi nguwe uthetha ngomonke wangapha uregister ukuvota yabo.
Thatha mic la.
Lokudala njengoba bengike ngafika masabe Soweto ngisekapa ngisekapa for ukuvota. Ukuzonyanzela register walapho kanye.
We got the question. Can I take just behind him, and then we'll take the side here. Hi.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fellow, and I wanted to ask, in terms of the saying about teaching us about civic education, how are you guys planning on implementing it also on the younger learners in schools? Because for me personally, it is my first time hearing about it. So is it just going to be taught to CET or schools in general around the country?
Okay. I know Jude, there were hands here, there was a hand. It covered. Then, can you, hello, work with me, have a mic. Just raise your hand again there. Yes. Can I have a mic there? In a hoodie, yes.
Guys, my name is Home. I'm from Bradford. Ma'am, I wanted to ask, you talk about the entity. So I wanted to ask, what does entity stand for? And you were not giving specific about the document that I needed. So when you want to launch it.
Thank you, Program Director. You will help me if I miss any question. Start with the young gentleman there in the back. He said that if you have registered or he has registered to vote while he's young, but he never voted, so he is appearing on the voters' roll, but on the day of voting, he decided not to go and vote. And then does it mean that his vote goes to a certain party or goes to someone? To answer that, it can't be possible. That's not happening. Why I'm saying that? Because there's a verification system that takes place when a person goes to a voting station and votes. Same as you register. You can only register in person, and also you can also vote in person. That's why we are not voting online. When you get there, number one, they'll ask you for your identification, of which is those 3 documents that I've told you about. Once you show them that document, they'll check you if your name appears in that voter's roll for that specific voting station. If it does, then they'll put a mark, an ink mark on your thumb to say proceed to the next stage where they'll issue you with a ballot paper. And those 3 ballot papers for this upcoming election can only be completed by an individual that is there, that has been checked, that is on the voter's roll. So no one can vote on your behalf or take your vote and give it to someone else. If you did not come, we don't have to issue a ballot paper to anyone on your behalf. That's number 1. The second question, if we have Uputi, we have moved from Cape Town, now we are here in Joburg, we already have registered. All what you need to do, on the day where we said we're opening all the voting stations, the 18th and 19th of November and somewhere in February, you can go to any voting station that is closer to you. You go with your new address and your ID, then they will update you. Then they will allocate you a new voting station here in Johannesburg. Just to cover also the civic education implementation into the schools is not only jurisdiction of the IEC. Remember, IEC is also independent organization. So they also get funds from the government to do the projects like election. So IEC, they manage projects. As I'm standing here in front of you, I started working for IEC now in August, and I've got a contract until the end of June. So end of June, then it's Shaile time for Pilani, must go back and do his side hustle again. So there's a lot of us that we are joining IEC on projects. But it's very important, we have said that in our recommendation, because it's not the first time that I'm working for IEC. I started with them on 2021 on the local government election in the same position of the municipality outreach coordinator. That when we go out to the public, people are saying, you guys are only coming to us when it's time to vote, and you're not able to cater for everyone to give them the knowledge of how to vote, how to participate in the election. So we need this thing. So the city or each city, they need to come together, get the fund with the IEC, and then they appoint people on a permanent position, even if they can get your 3.5 or your 5,000 rand. But we do need people to go out to school and educate, and that will avoid such question people that are asking. It's not a stupid question, but because there's a lack of information or education, even in my presentation, I could not cover a lot of things. That's why you guys have to ask those things to us, because we don't have enough time when we do this presentation. Even if they appointed three of us for the entire Region 9. Region 9, I'm talking about your Rotterdam, from Kiba Park all the way, your Mondio, your Miedel. Definitely we won't be able to cover everyone, to give them this information before the election. We try as much as we can, but definitely we won't be able with the time frame that you are giving. So such platform assist us to come to a group of people and share this information, and then believing that after we share this information, these people here will also take it to their homes or to their colleagues or to whoever they think they'll share this information. But in saying that, I agree with you guys and I support 100%, not because I need a permanent job from IEC, but it's the right thing that all citizens, they need to know how can they participate in the election. And in knowing that it should be a continuous education, not only when there's a particular election in the country. Door-to-door IEC has nothing to do. Okay, I think the question came from this side. Again, people, they tend to misunderstand what we represent as organization. We are not a political party. You will never see IEC going to a forum like this or to door-to-door houses and promising people food, promising people houses, or
Sanibonani, igama uNothando Malangeni ngisuka kwi-Information Segment and ngijabulile ubalana onendlebe uzwile sivuka amakhwaha sibuyele emuva sihambanga khona kahle siye phambili. Mina nje ngiyabonga ubalana onendlebe uzwile bakwethu.
Thank you very much. There was another hand from this. None. No, actually you spoke before. Ne? Yes. I wanted 2 hands of people who have not said anything. And I recognize the CC. Okay, say it again. Can I give the no? Hello. No, I honor my commitments. Yes, I said to Babanati, I'll give the people that come back to give me a bag.
Amanda, sinesicelo esinaso sicela ukuthi sisizakale malana neyouth. Sizamile kwamanje ukuthi sizama ukwenza i-development mayelana nabantwana for i-soccer khona. Masithi sabheka sina assistance siya ku-economic development sekuphi siyocela amajezi siyocela amabhola ama-kids for abantwana asitholi isizo ekugcineni thina sigcine sikhiphe imali zethu ukuthi sikhona ukusiza abantwana ukuthi abantwana bakhona ukuphuma kule sadile lethu abananjela baletha ama-drugs la ngoba masithi abheka i-youth sephelele ama-drugsini yenzani siyazama ukuthi silwe naleyo nto ukuthi sizame ukuthi si-assistwe nathi ukuthi abantwana babe-right mana ne-development for isoccer for netball kushuthi ziningi izinto nabomama opower women mayelana nokuthi bakhona ukuba nesikisi sezandla bakhona ukuthunga ukwenzani ukuthi sisizakale nathi sikhona ukuthi sisize i-community ngoba nathi simalile ama-community. Ngiyabonga.
Bamsayisile ngiyacela ngizophinda futhi ngitheni ngashare ama-ID numbers enu and lots of the scams ezikhona bayamsayinisa njengoba ubhuti ashilo ukuthi bavele bamsayinisa ningasayini into engazazi i-signature that you need to be selfish with, i-identity document, ID number as well as your banking details. Enye abantu abaningi at least when uthathisa i-account abanye bathathiswa ama-insurances uthola ukuthi wena bakufakele i-insurance and bakukhave nabantu ongabazi nokubazi. Umthetho waka-National Credit Act uthi each and every time bakuphi i-account isikoloto they need to do what we call affordability assessment. Affordability assessment, they need to ask you for your payslip, a bank statement, or if you're a business, income statement and all those documents. Then they can check ukuthi uzo-afford that. But if they just give it to you without doing that affordability assessment, we call it reckless lending. It means you've got the right to lodge a complaint against them and they have a your account because they did not follow processes. So lodge a complaint. Yeah, I think those are my questions. Just to add on, Nyankela, Nihamba Nama Intense, Ama 83, Life Gauteng, Sinama Intense, 103. Ama incense wathola ko Harambe nyan encourage ukuthi register your profiles on Harambe ukuthi 1 million because ama government departments amaningi basifuna abantu osifuna kuphuma le national nama internships check abo Harambe sicela the database then we check ukuthi if isifuna abantu abenza PR IT njalo njalo sibathola kuleyo Harambe. If you not registered chances are uzokufuna ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much. I think the last part is very, very important, and we need to emphasize that because and not take for granted that everyone knows what Harambe is or even how to access it. So I think before we end, I'm going to give you an opportunity to give the full details of Harambe, whether it's the website, whether it's an app, or whether at this stage we talk apps. So that we just, and the young people can take note how they can go and register. It's promising. Thank you very much. And I don't know if did you deal with the scanned one or it's not you as well? Okay. I think I'm going to the speaker. Like I said, that the speaker had to leave. She had other engagements, but we have the acting executive manager in the office, yes, who's going to just certain issues. She like I said, will note. But she has a response in issues that relate to the introduction of the civic education from the Office of the Speaker, how they intend to roll it out. Over to you.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Our students, I thought you were going to be clapping or something. I'm also a student, so I'm surprised at the line. You know, I know you two people of play, you know, or your questions were not answered. She did answer the questions. Yes, and we are still at it. I was up and down when the questions were being asked, but there are few that I would like to answer concerning civic education. I noted that there was a question on how are there plans on expanding this civic education to primary level, to high school, like the Speaker of Council has mentioned, gave example of how civic education has helped Singapore. If you see, even our banner says building world-class African citizen. It's impossible for us to build a world-class African citizen if we do not make impact from a young age. For example, I studied in Russia. I was very ashamed when I was in the Russian Federation to know that for me as a South African, to litter, you know, it's something that is normal. To cross a robot when it's just red, it's something that is normal. So you look at those places, the developed countries, that they have started civic education in primary levels, secondary levels. By the time people come adults, these are people that have been empowered from a young age. You know, it's not even something that they have to be taught to, that do not litter, you know, do not steal, those kind of things. So building a world-class African citizen aims to expand to even primary school, to even high school, to all different kind of stakeholders. If you are following us online, hashtag building world-class African citizen, you will see that we have different stakeholders. We believe that for us, a world-class citizen, all of us has to participate. All of us are affected. You have people peeing on the street. These are the people that think it's normal. There are people that think it's normal. Like I'm telling you, on our last civic education, Comrade Lux mentioned something, that it's the morals. He went to a school that helped build his morals, that there are certain things that he cannot do even today. So to answer the question, yes, the civic education is aimed at impacting each and every single person from different walks of life. That's why if you follow us, continue following us actually on our socials, you will see that on the 19th we are going to people with disabilities. On the 24th we'll be speaking to TVET colleges. So it's aimed at affecting each and every single person. The second question, and the rollout of the civic education plan, we started on August. We are planning to end the civic education on the 30th of November. We are also having another big civic education that will take place in January. The CETs will be part of that civic education, and all the different stakeholders will be part of that civic education.